Hello, everybody. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. This is for a viewer that sent me an email wanting to know about these my feedway and how many cattle to feed and whatnot. So these are almost 200 feet long bunks. And I can feed 150 cows or 300 stockers here. I've got the cattle blocked out so I can do this video for that. I hope this helps you, JJ. And the manure pit is 50 by 50. I fed a couple of bales of hay right here when my hose was busted, and actually I've got another Chinese hose that's it's starting to leak, so I've got to replace it. It's funny, these tractor company, New Holland, John Deere, put those cheap Chinese hoses and parts on tractors, but it is what it is of what we live in. But anyway, I pushed the rest of those two bales up in the pile there. Pretty good system. This did have a cover over the barn, and it was built wrong, and the poles cracked, and I had to have it tore down, and we've not put nothing back over top of it, and yet. But I got to do a little work on the middle section there. I need to haul in a few gravels, but there's not much waste. This is what was in there from last night. I want to open the gates back up and let the cattle back in here. They'll clean it up before I start grinding this evening or tonight. I'm behind today, deer hunting and whatnot, but I hope this helps you, JJ. But anyway, we'll have a little talk here just in a minute about some things going on and what we need to do to protect ourselves from what's to come. But anyway, I'll see you in a few. Well, hello, I'm back. You know, with everything going on, my good buddy East Tennessee Preparedness made a good video earlier today. If you ain't subscribed to him, check him out. He just moved across the hill from me, so he's not too far away, a neighbor. You know, with that young lady getting killed, you know, they let all these people in, and you know, everybody that's had any sense had been talking about that ever since they started letting all these illegals come across the border. You had a lot of them guys, them independent reporters, was reporting, interviewing them guys coming across the border. They openly said, you know, wait and see what we do. They wasn't vetted. And it turns out this guy was had worked for the CIA. So then you had all those senators, Congress to come out and openly calling for the troops to disobey President Trump's orders to protect those illegals in these cities. That's all it's all about. You know, I'm beginning to realize that I don't know if we can change, you know, at the voter box. I don't know. I think our change is we're going to have to all stand up as Americans and say no. You know, I don't care what law they make. If half the state stands up and says no, or half the country stands up and says no, Then they can't enforce those stupid laws they make, where it's on Second Amendment, on gun rights, or any other law. You know, the Democrats are good at not obeying the law or the Constitution. They put radical judges in place. They get their way. They've actually tried to stop a sitting president of the United States on any order or anything he tries to do. There's always a judge that says, no, 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 you can't do that, when actually he has a constitutional right. And the Supreme Court's upheld it every time. So we're just going to take our country back by just standing up and saying no. I mean, it's come down to it. I mean, I feel sorry for the people that's got the young men and women in the military right now, because you wouldn't have thought that a soldier walking down the streets in America would be assassinated by a terrorist to holler at Allah Akbar in the streets of the United States. They've let these radicals come in this country. They've let them take over parts of our cities and part of the country. And some of them have been elected to Congress. And these radical leftists are hell-bent on changing this country. Looks like Obama wanted to radically change the face of America. Well, he's still a working people. He's still behind the scenes. He was behind a lot of the Facebook stuff in England, putting people in jail for making memes or making a Facebook post. It come out, Obama went over there and was behind a lot of that, helped push for them laws to come into effect. And he wanted it here. And Joe Biden tried to implement it, his administration here. Well, it wasn't Joe Biden, it was Obama people. The radical leftists, socialists, communists. So people, get prepared. Make sure you got a good boomstick and plenty of freedom seeds. Stock up on food, because I just don't know. And let's pray for the family of that young girl, 20-year-old. Unbelievable. And let's pray for all the family members in this country that's got children in the military, because it's pretty bad when they can't walk down the streets of America and not be assassinated or by terrorists hollering Allah Akbar. The Muslim threat is real, people. And for the big YouTuber with your 80,000 subscribers that here a while back, it told me that I need to get better sources and this and that. You know, when I said in the video 3 or 4 back about ISIS rearing its ugly head, and they call them right before Halloween plotting a terrorist attack. Now you've got one assassinating National Guardsmen in the streets of the United States. And you've got state Congress and the senators are trying to make laws to thwart the police officers to protect illegal aliens instead of American citizens, giving the illegals benefits and taking single mothers with children off of food stamps, Medicare, and housing. Now you tell me what's backwards. It's time for us to stand up and say no. They can't rest half of a state, and they can't rest half of a country for absolutely saying no. So, good Lord willing, I'll see you next time. And pray for this country, people. Keep in prayer. God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you next time. God bless.